What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Dadman.
I'm Stunner.
And this is Stunner Dadman Podcast coming at you with episode 4 of our podcast.
We did that completely opposite from last time, by the way.
Yeah, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
I started Stunner, you started Dadman.
Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
And this is episode 4, and our top 10, just to tease it right now, top 10 90s comedies, which really just broke both of us trying to make this list.
Dude.
It's top 10.
Oh, it's so painful.
So, I don't know, you go to Wikipedia and look up 90s comedies, and it has like in by year, and you got to find 10 out of like 1,000 movies.
Yeah, it goes literally by the year, every movie that came out that year.
This is why I want to be so specific, because it narrows down the list.
What sucks, I had my list done. My list was, we were talking on the phone this morning when we were talking about doing this. My list was done, and then I found that fucking thing. And it was just like, oh, damn, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Just chat right on it.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about a little bit of topics today. We have some in mind. But the first one I want to go over is one we did not mention last week, last episode, I should say. Whoopsies. We talked about D23. We did not talk about Comic-Con.
We did not talk about
They announced Robert Downey Jr. would come back and play Dr. Doom. Thoughts?
I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I'll tell you right now, the introduction was goddamn amazing.
The introduction was very
good.
That
was badass, dude.
Very good.
That was badass. I don't know. If we don't do the multiverse bullshit where it's Tony Stark is Doom and it's literally just Victor Von Doom, I think we'll be fine. Because I think
it's going to be a situation we never actually see his face.
I hope so.
I hope so. I think that's how they're going to do it. I think that there's going to be a problem fight. If they do show his face, the only way I see it working, like you said, it's Victor Von Doom, but it looks like Tony Stark. And they have problems fighting him.
Right.
Because he looks like Tony Stark.
It'll be Spider-Man that has the biggest problem.
It'll be Spider-Man has the biggest problem.
Because he doesn't feel good, Mr. Stark.
No, absolutely not. By the way, did you see how they added... I don't play this game. One of my reps does. But they added Dr. Doom to... what's that stupid game? Fortnite. So the way they did this is when you walk into his house, lair, whatever you want to call it, you have, first off, there's a jar where Mr. Fantastic has been squished into it.
That's fantastic.
He's sitting on a throne made out of the Thing.
Oh, dude, this is sounding better, actually.
Johnny Storm is apparently...
He better be a torch.
Like ashes or something. And then you have the Invisible Girl song. Like the entire, and you got like Iron Man, Thor's Broken Hammer or something like that. It's a whole bunch of stuff available with Fortnite. I don't like to endorse that game. I hate that game personally.
Same.
But I thought that was pretty cool.
Fucking Michael Myers was in that game, and I still hate it.
As my rep described, I'm like, that sounds badass. And I kind of want to just go see that part, see if someone has it recorded on YouTube. It'd be really nice.
Oh, I guarantee it's on YouTube.
Guarantee it's on YouTube.
They had Michael Myers' little fucking emoji dance on.
Yeah, so I don't doubt Robert Downey Jr. would play the role well. I'm just curious how they're going to do it. Is it they never see his face? He's always got the mask on. Or are they going to show his face? And that's going to be like a plot point where he looks too much like Tony, whatever case may be. Or they're going to make him look completely different. So there's no... If
they do it right, he should have almost like Deadpool-esque makeup.
Yeah.
If they do it right.
But are they going to build a backstory for him in like Fantastic Four?
You would think so. You would think... Oh, by the way, let's talk about that fucking train wreck for a sec.
Yeah. You see the costume?
Yeah, I saw the costume. It tries to stay to it's right around the original, but then it adds this weird white, like right around here-ish, and it looks like a motocross uniform, and it bothers me.
So some of the casting I'm okay with. Like apparently the guy that is the Thing.
Fucking Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal is Mr. Fantastic.
In everything. He's in a fucking Corona commercial.
Oh, what?
He's in a Corona commercial.
Yeah. He's not the most interesting man in the world.
He's not interesting
at all. I mean, he's decent in a lot of things. He was in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Great in that. He was, what's his name? I can see his face. He fought the giant. Got his skull and his eyes crushed out of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of his name right now.
He fought the mountain.
He fought the mountain. He won. Should have won, but if he wasn't worried about getting a confession, he would have won.
I mean, he's supposedly in The Mandalorian.
He is the Mandalorian.
I think he's the face of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I don't think he's... in the costume. But that's just me personally. Because I wonder about how much Ryan Reynolds is actually in the Deadpool costume, if we're being honest about it. I really do. I think there's a lot of voiceover. I think there's a lot of ADA. I just wonder how much Ryan's actually in the costume.
Fair point.
Right.
But, yeah, I don't see him as Reed Richards. They had the perfect casting for Reed Richards.
Jim.
Yeah. Krasinski.
Jim was amazing. Is it John Krasinski?
John Krasinski,
and Jim from The Office. He'll always be Jim from The Office. No matter what he does, he should be.
He's married to Emily Blunt.
Yep, he is. And who is in his new movie, If, with Ryan Reynolds. I think we talked about it before. It's actually a really good movie. It's fun. But he's Jim. Jim is sick. Just like in Quiet Place, Jim's hiding from fucking monsters that can hear but can't see. And
very weird.
He's Jim.
But that to me was the better casting. I don't know why they went with another direction. I don't know. Maybe John Krasinski couldn't. Maybe it was conflicting things that were going on that he's committed to. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to be in the MCU because he sees maybe the direction it's going. It's possible. But so that casting, I'm questionable on. The girl who plays, I don't know the actress's name, but the girl who's going to play Sue Storm is an actor who's been in a lot of artsy shit, a lot of drama shit. I don't know how it's going to translate. So, for example, Brie Larson was in a lot of artsy stuff, and because she was into that, and she won I think it was an Academy Award or an Oscar. Oh, it's a cat. Okay. Because she won one of those, they thought you'd be great if you were in the MCU. And she's like, yeah, let's do that. And she sucked as Captain Marvel. Now, the third one, the Thing, is an actor. He's in The Bear. He's in a couple other things as well. Mm-hmm. That one seems like it could be on par with the character.
Yeah, I've seen him in The Bear.
The last Fantastic Four movie, as much as I like the guy who played the Thing.
Finn Forstick?
Yeah. The guy who played the Thing is in a show that I really like called Turn. During the Revolutionary War. It's about like a network of spies and stuff. He was in that, but he did not fit the role at all. It was not a very good casting for that role. And then you got Johnny Storm, which I don't even remember the actor's name. He looks like
he looks the part.
He looks the part.
Whether
he can act the part is different. After seeing Chris Evans return as Johnny Storm in Deadpool, he kind of had the role. He kind of fit the role perfectly. Just saying, he really fit that role perfectly.
He did.
Way better than Michael B. Jordan did.
So good.
We'll see. We'll see. The best casting so far, though, with that probably is Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Be honest.
I love Robert Downey Jr. pretty much in everything he's ever done. So I've watched fucking Chaplin.
Gotcha.
The other big thing that came out of San Diego Comic-Con was the Deadpool panel they had. Everybody who went in was expecting just like Ryan to come out on stage and you to come out on stage. And when they came out on stage, they literally welcomed everybody and then they left the stage. They went out and sat in the audience and they screened the fucking movie at San Diego Comic-Con. So everybody got to watch the movie. And then when they left, they went outside and they had that fucking drone show.
Yeah.
The biggest drone show of all time in the United States, blah, blah, blah. It just shows how much they actually care about their fans. Like, Hugh's just one of the coolest fucking dudes, I think, ever. Just seeing what he's done as far as publicity and shit, and Ryan, Ryan's Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan is Ryan. But you said recently you're kind of burnt out on Ryan.
You know what, dude? A couple days ago, I sat down and I had nothing better to do. I was going through some shit, and I decided to watch the original Deadpool. Still holds up, by the way. Great fucking movie. I watched Deadpool 2, and then I watched Once Upon a Deadpool for the second time, and then I watched Free Guy. And yeah, he grated my nerves a little bit right around the fourth movie. I was just like, okay, we're good now.
Do you think he's like that in real life? Is that like a legit?
You mean like the soft, whispery?
No, yeah, very condescending all the time.
Yeah, I hope so. I kind of hope so.
I hope so too.
I hope so.
So he's definitely not an actor.
He seems fun. He seems fun to hang out with. Just like after about 8 hours, you're just done with him for a little bit. Like, that was kind of my issue with him for the longest time, is I got burnt out.
Like small dudes.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're awesome, you're funny, and you're goddamn adorable. But, like...
Goddamn adorable.
He is. Fuck, dude. He's a fucking gorgeous human being. But
gorgeous.
he is. He's gorgeous, and his wife's gorgeous, and I'm sure they made gorgeous babies. But
well,
small doses. Small doses.
I mean, I could take a lot of doses of her.
Don't do a 10-hour marathon of Ryan Reynolds. You will regret it. You realize he plays the same character in every fucking movie.
He does. Yeah, I don't see it. There's not a lot of variation. He has been in some serious movies.
He has, and there's been some really good ones.
Let's see, Buried's one.
Buried is amazing. Amityville's good. He did the one Voices, which is kind of like a black comedy, but he does. He's like a serial killer or schizophrenic. Blind people
with my white legs from the sun.
Obviously, Jesus Christ. Easy there, Pasty Patsy.
Oh, okay, that's what we're going with. Okay,
that's where we're at, Peanut.
Patsy Patsy Poosty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we wanted to talk about like current and upcoming movies, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna do what I call thumbs up, thumbs down. So hold on, Movie Phone.
Movie Phone's still a fucking thing?
Yeah.
God, you remember Movie Phone was actually Movie Phone when you had to call Movie Phone?
That I don't remember, but Movie Phone does explain when new movies are about to come out.
Thank you for calling Movie Phone. Tell us what movie you'd like to see in your city. Please input example, your zip code.
Movie's coming soon, so we'll look at that here in a second.
Dude, Movie Phone was a shit.
Okay, so movies in theaters right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go in order. So Deadpool, we've already given a thumbs up on that. Good movie. We've already talked about that wax politically in future movies. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I gotta hold the phone, okay? Alien Romulus.
Fucking
I want
to see that movie so bad. So bad.
The last couple Alien movies have been kind of a disappointment.
You mean the ones without the fucking aliens in them?
No, Prometheus had
yeah, it's great. It's
but Prometheus, or I'm sorry, Alien Romulus is one I want to see.
Did you see the marketing campaign for this movie, by the way?
No.
So
I know there's a meme out there where there's like a face hugger, but besides it's free hugs.
In New York City, they actually, before the premiere, on the streets of New York, had people with face huggers on their faces. And like
masks or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was fucking incredible. One of the previews they did, somebody showed when they walked into the theater, every seat had a face hugger on the seat. And you just got to keep the face hugger. And another one, like they showed, it's one of the trailers that's on TV, or one of the commercials that's on TV. As the people were watching the movie, they release animatronic, like, remote face huggers into the audience, just like scattering her. And I'm like, I'd kill for that shit. I would kill for that experience.
That's like there's one out there experience where it's like a drive-in theater, but you sit in an inner tube on a pond.
Dude, we're watching Jaws?
Jaws.
I'm in. Let's go.
I'm not doing that.
I'm in. Also, we need to find a 40X theater. 40X, I think it's called.
40X?
Yeah.
For what?
So basically, it would have been really cool for Deadpool. But basically, like, your seats move and you get sprayed with shit. And yeah.
40, not 4X.
Yeah, 40X is, I believe, what it's called.
You missed the D letter.
No, I didn't, actually. When you go back and watch this later, you'll hear I said D.
You said 4X.
I said 40X. This would be the fourth time I've said
it. You said 40.
No, fuck you. But yeah, Romulus, super excited about it.
Twisters.
Nope.
I'm excited. That's a big movie that was part of my childhood. The original one still holds up today. You're lukewarm about it?
I'm beyond lukewarm.
Inside of
it's been what, 20 years, 30 years now since, yeah, very warm, and it stinks.
They smell better out on the outside.
It's been what, 20 years now?
Yep.
When I worked at Universal in Florida, I used to actually get to work
on it.
The Twister ride, which was cool. Got to see behind the scenes, and like the tornado was always going. I loved the idea of Twister. I loved the execution of the ride. I hated the movie. I did. And from what I've heard from friends who have seen it, they're like, "Oh, you have to see it. It's amazing." And like, there's this truck and it does this thing, and there's a fire tornado, and I'm just like, no. Just no. When I went to that con, Helen Hunt was there, and she was at her table. She was free. There was nobody there, shockingly. And I walked by. I was like, "Hey, really looking forward to Twisters." And she was just like, rolled her eyes at me, and I didn't understand why. And then I found out she's actually not in the new one. So, like, I kind of insulted her and didn't realize it.
Wow, you're a dick.
I didn't mean to. It wasn't fucking intentional.
Okay. Despicable Me 4.
No interest. No interest.
You have kids.
Never seen one. I've never seen one of them.
Borderlands. So, I'm interested in this because I played the games, and my God, I just don't know what could be so bad about this movie. It's bombing it.
Evidently a lot.
Evidently a lot.
Kevin Hart seems to be a big part of it.
Harold and the Purple Crayon.
I'm intrigued by that, actually.
I'm intrigued by it, too, because it stars Zach, what's his name?
Right, and he's a super nice guy. Met him at a con I was at before. Coming out of the bathroom, I met him for free. It was awesome. I was like, Shazam! And he's like, what's up?
He's like, I can't say that.
Right. DC charges me.
Yeah. All right, so that's movies that are out in theaters right now. So here's one's coming up. Kraven the Hunter.
So excited.
I'm excited for that.
So excited. It looks so goddamn good. It looks so much fun. Though Rhino looks like shit.
What's his name? Taylor.
It's Kick-Ass.
Yeah, I know. It's Taylor. What's his name? Taylor.
I have no idea, but it's Kick-Ass. Okay, the guy that played Kick-Ass, which I'm waiting for a third one of those, by the way.
Okay, so this is one that we talked about in the last one that you're going to get mad at me about, Moana 2.
I'm excited. Like, super excited. I love the first movie.
You want to know a fun... So I'm going to give you a fun thing.
There's nothing fun you can say about it because you hated the first one.
No. It's a fun fact. So there have been 3 characters that have had a self-titled movie cinematic release. One of them is Moana. She's having Moana 2.
Mm-hmm.
What are the other 2 characters?
Mulan?
Nope.
Damn.
Those are not theatrical releases.
Mulan was absolutely a fucking theatrical release.
The second one was not.
The first one
has to have 2
phrases.
2 movies where their name is in the title that are theatrical releases.
Aladdin?
Nope.
Damn.
Because the second one was straight to DVD.
It did. Dan Castellaneta. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Hercules, same thing.
Yep. There was a second Hercules movie?
Yeah.
I know there was a TV show. I didn't know there was
a... It was like a prequel. So this is going to be fun.
I have no idea.
I guessed it. I got both of them.
Harry
My
Potter?
wife did not. Harry Potter is not part of Star Wars. Or Disney.
You didn't say it was Disney.
Disney. What Disney animated characters have had 2 movies with their name in the title?
That were released to theaters.
Yes.
We're chewing up time.
The first one right away.
We're chewing up time. Just got.
Okay, so you probably guess the first one if you think back. A couple years ago, they've had 2 movies. They're video game based.
Maleficent?
No. Video game based. Animated movie.
Wreck-It Ralph?
Yes. Ralph Breaks the Internet and Wreck-It Ralph. Okay. Now the other one, old movie. And then a newer one. It came out in like the late 90s, 2000s. I think it was 2000.
So Maleficent doesn't count that?
No.
Her name is in both titles?
Animated.
Oh, animated. Okay.
Animated only.
Cool. Sorry, missed that.
You're good. You know it. I know you know this. You know this character. One of your favorite voice actors voices this character.
Goofy?
Frank Walker. Oh, bother.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Really?
There's only 3 characters in Disney's anthology of animated, like, theatrical releases that have had their name in more than one movie.
No shit.
Yep.
I did not know that.
It's a fun fact. So that was one of the ones we had to pause it and guess this. This is not done in the whole time it takes for a question on like Jeopardy. I got the first one right away. Wreck-It Ralph immediately got.
Having worked for the Nazi Mouse, I'm actually very upset I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. But Moana, I'm not exactly excited to see it. I'm pumped. On it.
I'm pumped.
My kids will probably like it because they actually like Moana a little bit.
I really enjoyed the first one.
So. This one will be a yes for you. Beetlejuice.
Let's fucking go. Absolutely. Michael Keaton. Anything he's in is good. Beetlejuice. And the third one will be Beetlejuice. And then nobody will be able to see it because it'll just disappear.
Yeah, it'll disappear. Okay, so actually on this list is one of your favorite movies of all time. I don't even know what that means.
Halloween?
No. Terrifier 3.
Dude.
It's actually straight up on
I'm so excited for this movie.
I've never seen this.
Oh, you have to watch it. Like, holy shit. Okay. Anybody watching this who knows me, and you know who I'm talking to, I'm looking right at you. David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown is literally probably as good, if not better, than Michael Myers as a movie horror villain. Also, it doesn't hurt that he is the sweetest human being I've ever met in my entire life.
On the cover, it has a Santa Claus.
Yes, it is going to be Christmas based.
My cat is on
And there is literally, if you watch the trailer, and a friend of mine pointed this out to me, and I thank her for it. There's a scene where in the original trailer, it was like the teaser trailer, Art the Clown is sitting in a chair and he's eating milk and cookies, but it's actually human skin that he's dipping into the fucking cookies and he's munching on it. And I was just like, this is amazing. So I'm talking to David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, when I went to that con.
So this is our last topic.
Yep.
We're not going 2 hours like last one.
Oh, come on, let's go for it.
Yeah.
When I went to that con, I was talking to Art the Clown, and I was like, hey, like, I saw the second movie, and he's like, oh, he was like, you know, what'd you think? And I was like, well, I was looking over at your table. I was trying to find a picture for a friend of mine that wanted an autograph, and I had to go between this one and the chicken wing scene. He goes, what the fuck's the chicken wing scene? I'm like, when you rip the girl's arm off, kind of like it's a flat on a fucking chicken wing, and he just started howling. And I was like, so third movie's coming out. I was like, you know, I heard you got sick during the scene. He's like, yeah. He's like, it was, you know, fucking wait. I can't wait for you to see it. I was like, my favorite part of the trailer was there's a scene in the trailer where Art sits down, like the floor is covered in blood. And Art sits down, he puts his legs out, he just like kind of shakes his head for a minute, he looks around for a minute, he goes back and just starts doing fucking snow angels. And he's like, that is the last scene we shot for the movie. He goes, and it was just so cathartic. And I was like, I'm so excited. I just had to, I can't wait to see that movie.
What's doing it?
It's got to be your bracelet, maybe?
That's the case. I'll just put the phone.
I can't wait to see that movie. I love the first one. I adored the second one. My friend loves them both. I'm hoping I get to go watch this movie with my friend. I cannot fucking wait for Terrifier 3. I cannot.
Isn't it in theaters?
It's not. It won't be until October 11th, I believe. I know they moved it up. They're doing a premiere.
October 11th,
yeah, they're doing a premiere in September at some horror thing. I'm hoping it leaks, if we're being completely honest about it, because I am not a proud human being. I will watch that shit as soon as I find it. Super, super, super fucking pumped. Art the Clown is, and I'll say it, and you won't believe I'll say it, Art the Clown is the new Michael Myers. And I will die on that fucking hill.
So the next one, I have not seen these, so I am not intrigued, but I do like gore, so I'm intrigued to watch them in general, but I'm not, I have to watch the other two before I watch this one. Venom.
Don't care.
The Last Dance.
Don't care.
I'm okay with it because I like the last two. I do not like how Carnage died in the last one.
Another one.
I love how Pitch Meeting described that scene.
Yes.
He's like, oh, it's going to be really hard to beat him. Oh, super easy. Barely can beat him. How do you know? I just ate him. He ate him? Yep. No.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson is amazing and everything is in it.
Mufasa.
Don't care.
Don't care at all.
Really don't fucking care.
Nope.
I saw Lion King. Yep, fuck you and your live action remakes.
The Crow, another one, and I'm like, I haven't seen the original one, so I don't know how good a story
You've never seen the...
No, I'm not. We've talked about this before. Don't you do that. I'm okay with it. The old one, sure, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I'll see it.
Brandon Lee died.
Yeah, sad shit.
But the remake, I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Joker.
Yes,
too?
very fucking.
Yeah. I'm meh.
I'm intrigued. I think it's cool that it's going to be a psychological thing, and it's going to be a fucking musical.
Did I ever tell you my theory, my idea for this? What would have been the sequel?
You have not, and we do not have time right now.
It'll be 30 seconds.
Okay, go.
So my theory was: so you've seen the Joker.
I have.
Okay,
great movie.
You've seen the Joker. Spoiler alert. At the end of the Joker, there's a huge riot after he shoots Robert De Niro's character on his TV show.
Get what you fucking deserve. So good.
Get what you fucking
So good.
So there's a riot. So they never established that this is the Joker. He's too old. The character's like in his 40s. Bruce Wayne is literally in the scene. His parents get killed during it, right?
Pardon me.
So I had an idea. It would be great if there was like a little bit of cinematic like parallelism or mirror or like symmetry, where the riot that causes Bruce Wayne to become Batman, his parents get killed in this riot in the movie Joker. What if the real Joker, the one that Batman deals with, also what triggers him down the path that gets him to become the Joker happens during the same riot?
It would work
because and he is afraid of clowns because clowns brutally murdered his parents and family in front of him.
It would work.
So it's his fear. So he takes on his fear of clowns and tries to use that to project on.
So we're not doing the we fell into a vat of acid and became the Joker.
No, it is a true decline in just abuse.
So you just go for the straight one bad day.
Well, no, not one bad day. This is one bad day that started it. I need to really not put my legs up.
Well, no, that's the whole thing I can't remember if it's Killing Joke. I think it is Killing Joke, where they talk about Joker's origin, and he said all it takes is one bad day to push somebody over the edge.
Well, no, this is him as a kid. So it's him. He says he's the youngest child in a family. My idea. Mm-hmm. And his mom and dad die. His dad's hard worker, car salesman. His mom, Susie homemaker, very good people. His brother, he's like...
We'll call him Joe.
Yeah, his brother... Well, here's the thing.
Kerr.
There was a lot of... No.
And he loved his brother so much, he decided that when, they all died, he would become Joker because of Joe.
No. Actually, there's actually 5 relationships that he has that are detrimental and cause him. And one is like a love relationship that goes south. It's a whole bunch of them, and they all spell out their first name of the person spells out Joker.
That is cool, but I thought you said he was a kid.
He is a kid.
So
when he gets killed, he goes into foster care.
Okay.
And it's these foster cares, like a bunch of some of them are okay, but he gets the one, and it's just horrible, and it drives him insane. It drives him down that path. He goes into the military, gets trained, goes into a military school. He gets abused. There's a whole story.
So now we're adding Dark Knight Joker into it.
There's a whole bunch of stuff into it that builds into creating the Joker, just like the Batman was created by tragedy. Now, he had one tragedy, never let go. He never had like multiple tragedies carrying his way. So he had the weight of one, where the Joker had the weight of all these tragedies.
Right.
And it broke it.
I dig it. I like it. I would watch it because I like those kinds of movies. But I prefer, and this is not a shot at you or a dig on you or a judgment on you, I prefer the one bad day theory.
I get you.
All it takes is one bad.
I think you get as bad as the Joker, though. It takes more than a bad day. That's my thing. He didn't. Let's be fair, though. Did you read The Killing Joke?
Oh, really?
There's way more stuff that happened to that guy.
Well, like the Red Hood shit and him being a comedian and like
there's a lot of things that happened that made him cascade to that point. It was the final day that did it, not one day, right? Multiple days, right? But it was the final day that pushed.
No, he tried keeping on a happy face, so to speak, which I'm very proud of that. So yeah, we will. We'll get into that another day because I have a topic planned for that one.
Okay. But that's an idea I always had. That would be a great.
No, I'd watch the show.
It would parallel with Bruce Wayne very well.
I would watch that.
All right, so we have to get into our top 10.
We do.
Okay,
and I am proud to say I have an actual fucking list, dude. I wrote shit down.
So a little bit of a behind the curtains about how this is done. First off, we concur. We agree upon what our topic is.
We converse.
Yes. And once we get our topic decided on, we both have our own methodologies. I like to make a list. He originally does not.
I just freeball it. But this list was not going to allow for that.
He commandos the hell out of it.
Yeah. This was not going to allow for that.
No.
I have a feeling our next couple lists will not allow for that.
No, I don't think any list will really allow for that if we have as broad a topic as we have. So I want to keep going with more, like the last one we did was Star Wars. There's only 11 movies, so ranking 11 movies is much easier than finding 100 or 1,000 movies and finding 10 that are the best. And
it only took 3 hours. So.
If we had a top 50, it'd be a lot easier. I'm pretty sure we'd find 50 movies that we like, rank them.
That'd still be too low.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
It would still be too low.
We are at 28 minutes, so we are going to dive right into We're going to do honorable mentions last, because some of on our list could be honorable mentions.
Jesus Christ, it's going to be longer than the fucking list.
Okay. So, do you want to start with yours first?
Look, I literally did write it down, by the way. Look at that.
Mine's written down.
I put work into this shit.
Number 10.
Birdcage.
Great movie.
Amazing
Not on my
movie.
list, but it is a fantastic movie.
I love the fact that everybody loves this movie.
Timon and the Genie team up.
Fuck you.
The Genie team up.
You know me, dude. I don't like many Robin Williams movies. I wasn't a big. He just annoyed me. I love him in this movie.
We just try to like him because he's such a good guy.
I tried. I like a couple. I like Good Morning Vietnam. I like What Dreams May Come. I love 1 Hour Photo. I love Birdcage. I love Bicentennial Man.
Patch Adams.
Actually, I hate that movie.
I love that movie.
Fucking Prince of Tide. Like, there's so many of his movies I like. I'm just not like, oh my god, everything he does is amazing. As I said, everything he does is amazing, and it's not. He actually annoyed me as the genie, if we're being honest. Okay. But then I was upset when I saw the second Aladdin movie, and it wasn't him, and it was fucking Homer Simpson. I was just like, oh, what the
it sounded like, but he wasn't the third one.
He sounded like somebody doing a bad Robin Williams impression.
He came back for the third one.
Yeah. So. I heard Homer every time he talked. But no, just, it's funny as hell. There's a lot of heart in it. It's, him and Nathan Lane are incredible together. There's another Nathan Lane movie that I absolutely just forgot about until right now that would have been my honorable mentions.
Malson?
Yep, that'd be the one.
Okay.
So fun.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie. And it's got Hank Azaria from The Simpsons, who used to play Apu, I guess. I don't know if he's allowed to anymore.
No. But he plays like half the other characters.
Yeah, he plays like him, Harry Shearer, and Dan Castellaneta are literally half the fucking Simpsons cast. He plays the Puerto Rican gay guy who's like their maid, and he can't wear shoes. Yeah. Just shoes make him fall down.
Yeah.
Just everything about it. It's just such a good movie.
Isn't Gene Hackman in that?
Gene Hackman, yes. Lex Luthor is absolutely in that movie. So is Ellie McBeal, Calista Flockhart.
Mm-hmm. That's the daughter, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And two other people you'll never see again. The son and the mom, who is actually in a lot of shit. I just can't remember what she was. I think she was the mother in Lost Boys.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I love that movie. It's like, there's very few movies that if they come on TV, I will stop what I'm doing and I'll watch them. One of them's Goodfellas. The other one's Rocky IV. And then it is The Birdcage because it's so much fun.
It's a good movie. I've seen it. It did not crack my honorable mentions, but it is the 90s had a lot of good comedies. Like a lot of good comedies, a lot of variety of comedies. There's it's very eclectic.
A metric fuck ton.
Well, I don't know how to say a ton. It's more weight.
I said fuck ton.
Okay. Number 10 for me, Tommy Boy. So my list, I'm sure his list does too. We are a couple years apart. Okay, different stages of our life is whenever we experience the 90s.
He actually asked me about a movie today. So
I'm like from 3 till 12 is when I experienced the 90s. So you can guess my age. He was more like in your middle school to high school years. Okay, so right?
That is the sweetest way anybody's ever called me old.
Okay, so this is where we're coming from. So there's a totally different mentality as to what happened in the 90s. Let's say we went off 80s. It's going to go off of things that I had to go back and watch on my own accord that didn't come out when I was a kid. He experienced that stuff.
Fuck, I can't wait for that.
Okay, so there's differences here. So understand that we're coming from two different, not like generation. I'm millennial. You're so millennial.
No, I'm Gen X, baby.
Gen X. Okay, so
Gen X.
Millennial, Gen X. So we're
right on the cusp.
Looking at this just a little bit different, but a couple years apart makes a big difference in our perspective of these movies. So Tommy Boy is one that I really enjoyed watching. It's Chris Farley. It's one of his better movies. He has a lot of good movies. He had, like, 90s were really Chris Farley, Adam Sandler, and Jim Carrey were really...
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider. I think he's more 2000s. He hit his stride more than 2000s. In the 90s, he was a side character in a lot of serious or, like movies that had comedy as kind of like, for example, he's in Judge Dredd.
He is.
He's not
Mr.
He might be the comic relief in that movie, but
is he?
Ish. Might be.
Yeah, I thought you had to be
what's
funny.
Another good one? He Down Periscope. It's a comedy, but he's not like the primary source of comedy in that. It's the other characters around him. One of my favorite movies of all time. Favorite sports movies. If we ever talk about football movies, this is definitely on that list.
Can't say it. It's on your list.
Okay, I'll say it anyway. Necessary Roughness.
Oh, bro. Fuck yeah.
I love that movie.
Great movie.
And he's in that movie.
It's got Bakula.
It's got Jason Bateman in it. It's got a full cast. Like
great movie.
Sinbad. It's got Scott Bakula in it.
Great movie.
But if you've never seen it, you should really look it up. But he is in that movie.
Kathy Ireland plays the fucking character.
Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, at her prime.
Beaver shot herself.
Jesus fucking Christ.
From a 90s comedy movie.
Holy shit. Loaded weapon.
Loaded weapon.
Yep.
Loaded gun?
Loaded weapon. Loaded weapon.
I think it's loaded.
It's loaded weapon, I promise you.
I'm not going to argue. But great movie, but he's a side character. So a lot of the 90s stuff was like kind of like little side characters until he hit his stride in like the late 90s and more in the 2000s. Where you have, Animal, You start having Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo. I think Male Gigolo was in the 90s.
Male Gigolo's first.
You have just Hot Chick.
Hot Chick. I love that fucking movie so much.
So he hits his stride like more in the 2000s. He's more of a side character.
I want you to make love to me.
But Tommy Boy, definitely one of the funnier movies in the night. It really had it's a buddy comedy. That's the best way to put it. Him and David Spade. And David Spade's still cooking to this day.
Yeah.
He doesn't really stand alone by himself, but him and Chris Farley together really do a lot of good stuff. So that's my number 10.
Great fucking movie.
Number 9 is a movie, and again, this is going off of what I remember specifically as a kid watching all the effing time, is Rocket Man. Not the one that came out recently about Elton John. Great movie. I really did enjoy that movie. But this one stars Harlan Williams.
I've never seen either,
this
by the way.
This movie is so goddamn funny. It's the funniest PG movie ever made. That and Shrek are like 1 and 2. It's up there. What?
You better fucking look at Gremlins. I'm just saying.
It's not that funny. It's okay. It's not that funny.
Fuck
It's a Christmas movie, not a comedy.
Whoa. Fuck you. That's a Christmas movie?
I did that to trigger
That's
you.
a fucking Christmas movie.
I did that to trigger you. I do not think it's a Christmas movie either, okay? I did that to trigger you. I knew I'd get a reaction.
Oh, you got one.
And damn if I got a reaction.
He was about to fight.
Oh, my God.
I was like, that's a fucking Christmas movie? But my favorite Christmas movie of all time is not a Christmas movie?
If you've never seen Rocket Man, we used to actually plan our months out around this movie. It would air on Disney. It came out in like 97.
And you told me this before, by the way. It's very sweet. Like, I can't make fun of you. I've never seen the movie, but...
And we would plan around this. My dad would come home early when it was on. And this movie was just, we were rolling in laughter the entire goddamn time. I had friends that would come over and stay on like Friday nights, like stay overnight or whatever. And I would plan that around them seeing this movie because I had a bunch of friends that never had cable. We had satellite. So this movie was goddamn hilarious. To this day, I can still watch it. It's amazing. You're number 9, sir.
My dumb ass is actually have to go find that fucking movie.
I have
my number 9, I guarantee you haven't heard of this. A lot of people watching this haven't heard of this. It's called Noises Off. It is exactly. It is about a Broadway production, but it all takes place backstage. And when you're backstage, you have to be quiet because you can't make noise because of what's going on stage. Yeah. And so it's kind of like the beginning of it, like you hear everybody talk and they go through everything, and then like the whole point of the movie towards the middle, the second, third act is people doing shit silently. I think a big part of me loves this movie because Christopher Reeve is in it, and it's a little known Christopher Reeve movie. It's just fun. It's a funny fucking movie. It's basically Havoc. Just check it out. Like it's such a little known movie. Fucking Michael Caine's in it. Okay. Christopher Reeve. There's a bunch of stars from that time. Christopher Reeve did it to get away from being stigmatized as being Superman, so that he wasn't being typecast, just like he did Rear Window, just like he did the one with him and Jane Seymour, the love movie that I can't think of right now, which is really pissing me off because I love that movie. I want to say Stitch in Time, somewhere in time, somewhere in time. It's just a really, really fun movie. It's
somewhere in time. Can you just go backwards?
It's fuck off. It's silly. It's goofy. It's charming. It's a fun movie, and not enough people know about it. It was almost on my honorable mention list, and then I thought about how many times I've watched it, and people I've shared it with, and anybody who I've shared it with has really enjoyed it. So yeah, Noises Off is my number 9. It's a great movie.
Okay, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is going to be Jungle to Jungle.
Love that movie.
It's an amazing movie. Tim Allen was at his fucking peak at this point. I think it was pre-Santa Claus.
It's post-Santa Claus.
Is it post-Santa Claus?
I will bet anything it's post-Santa.
Don't bet anything. But it was just...
Santa Claus came out in 94. I'm pretty sure this came out shortly after that. I put it in the wrong 2.
Hold thought. We're just gonna
97.
We're gonna eat up time. All right, so it was post Santa Claus. My bad. It's just a fun movie, dude. Him and his kid. Pre-Galaxy Quest, which motherfucker. Did I? No.
So, a little bit of backstory here. This was very tough on John. very tough to pick 10 movies. He said, can we do 20? Can we do 20? I'm like, nope, 10. We got to stick to it, man. You got to make a list. You got to make hard decisions. We are doing this so the rest of the internet's brains don't explode for making their own list. We were making our list so people can complain about it. Okay, that's what we're doing. So
Jungle to Jungle,
great movie.
I like the setting. I like the heart, the familial bond with Tim and his kid.
Yeah.
I love Martin Short in that movie. I love the fucking mafia bad guys, the Russian mafia that come in. They're hilarious. The Spider. Soundtrack is bomb as hell, by the way. Like when they're in the park and they do a little fun when they're doing the fucking dance. Yeah, it's just a nice memory movie that, you know, my sister loved it. That's how I saw it. Is my little sister absolutely adored it. She had a crush on that kid. The
Mimi Siku?
Yeah. Wow, fuck, dude. Shit.
Yeah.
But she had a massive crush on him, so I had to see it over and over again.
Translated, it means cat piss. So,
yeah, just a
where's
great,
that little fucker that Mimi Siku all over the goddamn?
Just a great movie. It's a really good movie.
Oh man, one of my favorite lines in that movie is he's walking around in like one of their outfits, got like a turtle over his crotch, and he called him a baboon because it reminds him of a monkey. He's like, well, I thought we could pick our names. He's like, well, they picked one for you. Like, well, I would rather be the name man who is extremely well endowed. He's like, he's already taken. And he's standing up, and the guy's like, let's say this is where his crotch is. The freaking thing that's covering his crotch is all the way down to here compared to everyone else. So it's a really adult joke in a Disney kids movie.
What? That might have to be a list at some point.
What? Best adult jokes?
Best adult joke.
Maybe. So that was your number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, A Night at the Roxbury. This movie, it's not his first movie. There's actually a couple he did before this.
Yeah.
That didn't do well.
Superstar.
That's one. Oh, Superstar came out after this, 1999.
Okay.
Do you believe me or not?
I do. I believe it. Yeah.
Because I looked it up.
No, you have. Of course you did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
1999. But there's a couple others before that. I had like a free streaming service.
No, my okay was that I forgot about fucking Superstar. But continue.
Oh. Molly Shannon.
I'm having a day, bro.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Molly Shannon. Yep. So Night at the Roxbury. Everyone knows the iconic scene, driving the car. We're going off the direction, aren't we?
I don't know.
Iconic movie. It stars, what's the other guy's name like? Sort of quirky.
Oh no! Oh god, Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan. His son is really banking in on me.
It really is. Holy shit! It is all over your tits.
It is. Yep. Darkwing Duck.
It is like, goddamn, that is not a good look, sir.
It's okay.
It's on my my kneecap.
It's gonna. If I was shirtless, people go blind. It's okay. So, what was I saying? Night at the Roxbury.
Chris Kattan.
One of my favorite movies. Me and my friend used to watch this anytime we stayed over. We used to go rent it all the time. We get another movie and Night at the Roxbury. So if we watched the other movie and it sucked, we could just go to Night at the Roxbury.
Emilio! Did you grab my ass?
It's physically impossible to grab your ass from all the way over
Did
here.
you grab my ass?
No, sir. One of my friends. You used to grab it and suck on it. It's really woo, woo, woo. What's that noise? What are you doing? That's the sound of an ambulance coming to the side of you. Stopped my heart. Is that a mirror in your pocket? I can see myself in your pants. Yeah, maybe we should wear blue jeans and put hairspray in our hair. Let's do that, Steve.
God, I love that fucking movie.
Another Molly Shannon.
Yeah, Molly Shannon.
Molly Shannon's in that.
She steals the show in that shit,
goddamn movie. She does.
She's amazing.
Insane, but what's her name? Jennifer Coolidge. That was her first movie.
Yeah, and Richard Grieco.
And the other girl that was the phone chick.
Yes,
She was pretty popular at the time, but I can't remember her name.
She was on 911.
Okay.
Nope. No idea.
Rihanna 911.
No, 911. No.
I can't remember her name, but I do remember her in other things. I just remember she had small boobs but hot. That's all I remember when I was a kid.
Small boobs but hot.
Kind of like Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Sarah Michelle.
But small boobs but hot.
Yeah, Buffy.
Okay, so that was number 8. Number 7. So I went with once. At one point in my childhood, we did not have cable anymore because my mother got epilepsy. So we couldn't afford it. She wasn't working. So I had to transition to movies that my dad had recorded over the years that I finally was like, okay, I'm going to watch this because I need something to watch other than the same one channel we had with an antenna. Maverick. This is a great goddamn movie. This movie is classic. It's an old TV show, if you don't know that. Okay, and it's a modern movie with James Garner. It also has Jodie Foster in it.
Mhm.
You also have
Mel Gibson, like the fucking
obviously
lead.
Mel Gibson's. I was getting to it, damn it.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Okay, you also have Danny Glover. Was
You
in it
took a fucking
Danny
moment.
Glover was in it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
There's a lot of cameos,
Which was
in it.
adorable.
The Commodore, I think that's what his name was. He's a villain in like a lot of things. I cannot remember his name though, but he's fantastic in that movie. You're really checking your store right now.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, okay.
Fuck off.
I will fuck off later. But love this goddamn movie. The movie made me laugh so hard.
It's fun.
And it's very fun.
James Garner, I think, is the best part of the whole fucking movie.
I just think
I love Mel Gibson.
they all work so well together.
Yeah.
It's a movie where you don't feel like anyone's out of place. You don't feel like that. You feel like everyone's exactly casted exactly the way they should be, and they portray it so well.
Yeah, it's not like Wild Wild West where you have a giant fucking spider in a Lego sky.
Or you have, you're looking at, it's just such a good movie. It's so well done. It's a comedy, but it's also, I don't know what, it's just comedy? Straight up comedy?
It's a straight, it's like a Western comedy.
It's a like whatever.
I don't think that's a thing.
I love it when he goes to, like, they're trying to get the money for that the missionary that was stolen. And try to get it all back. It's $30,000. And they find the guys, and they're all drunk, wearing all the girls like nightgowns. And there's a music box that keeps playing. And I'm Brett Maverick. You gotta see it. It's a great movie. You're number 7, sir.
It is going to be The Big Lebowski.
Ooh, okay. The dude.
Absolutely the dude.
Like
and it is
opinion, man.
It is because of the dude that I love this movie, and it's also because of John Goodman. John Goodman just gives such a great performance.
He is really good in that.
He is, dude.
The only one that cares about the fucking roles.
He's amazing.
Don't you mark it down.
I was talking to my friend on Messenger a couple days ago, and I was on Facebook, and I found a signed, just out of fucking random, it was recommended to me on Facebook Marketplace. It is a signed John Goodman bowling ball.
Wow.
And it took literally everything I had in my being not to buy this fucking thing.
You know what kind of bothers me about that movie for 5 seconds? They never find the rug.
No. That bothers you though? Like
that does. That's the MacGuffin of the movie, and it never
That's
MacGuffin.
why it's a fucking MacGuffin.
Goddamn thing out of the way.
Are we pausing?
No, we're not. Keep talking.
I will keep. Okay, so he is obsessing. And, yeah, no, fucking, like,
You're
there's
not
just.
the one looking like a goddamn marshmallow on this goddamn thing. Okay.
There's so much good shit about that movie.
See if that does.
Lebowski's incredible. Julianne Moore as the it's just
Tara Reid's in that too.
Tara Reid is in that. She's terrible as everything else she's in. But Julianne Moore, that was the first time I ever saw her. The second time I saw her was
Hannibal.
See, Hannibal, I knew her after that, but I saw her in that, and then I saw her in 9 months, 9.5 months, whatever the fuck it is. Her and fucking the British dude, Hugh Grant.
Oh, I got another one.
Great movie. And then I think it was Jurassic Park 2. And that's how I knew who Julianne Moore was, and then I saw other things with her in it. No, it's a fun movie. It's a cult classic. The dude abides. And I've been known to have a white Russian because of it. And
that's better.
Yeah, it is. And that is that's my my weekly shout out for people that watch.
Okay. Number 6.
My number 6, Mystery Men.
Nice.
Bro. So much fun.
It is one of my favorite movies of the
fun.
90s, but I don't consider it more of a comedy. I consider it kind of a half-assed superhero movie. An obscure superhero movie. I'm going to phrase that. I love this movie. I absolutely love it. I think this movie was done so well. It's another movie I think everyone was casted perfectly. I don't know why this didn't resonate, but it does have a good cult following. Go ahead. It's your
just the cast, dude. Like you said, the cast is incredible. Stiller, Garofalo, Azaria is goddamn amazing in that movie.
Blue Actor Service.
Fucking Paul Rubens. Like, I think that's what puts it over the top for me is Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
Because he's just amazing in everything he's in. William H. Macy doing something fun is always good. Greg Kinnear.
Kel Mitchell.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah,
Mitchell,
like,
what's the girl?
just Garofalo.
Okay, Garofalo.
Everything about that movie is fun. It completely subverted my expectations. I was expecting to just go see a stupid superhero movie, and yeah, it's a great movie. It's a good time. It also gave us that goddamn Smash Mouth song.
All-Star?
Yep, that one. That video's even good. Like Smash Mouth's video for All Stars. It's like literally auditions.
The Corvette limousine.
Dane Cook is in that video, by the way.
He's the waffler.
Yes.
With his waffle.
Yes.
Truth.
The waffle. Yes. Yes.
Wire.
Yes.
Do you guys, the PMS Avenger, I work every other week.
Every other month.
1 week a month.
Yeah.
Is that a problem? Whatever.
Yeah.
Then the guy shows up with like arms like all buff and it's like this, and he's got like cape on and all like sit up. Oh, okay, we got a real contender. Ballerina Man.
Yeah, just it's such a good movie. A lot of people haven't seen it. I don't know why. Just check it out. Like, the superhero resurgence that's going on right now.
Absolutely, I love it, and this is one I don't want to get remade. I wish they would.
They better not.
I wish they would have made another one. So I would like.
Ben Stiller is the original Wolverine.
Is he? Yeah,
basically, yeah.
And he's kind of like the Hulk and Wolverine.
He's got Berserker rage.
He's got the Hulk and Wolverine like mixed.
Yeah.
So that's your number 6?
That is my number 6.
I love that movie. I really do.
So fucking
Number
good.
6, Down Periscope. I go back to this movie. I go back to the well on this movie so much. Kelsey Grammer, fucking awesome. At his best. He's one of my favorite actors, honestly.
Frasier?
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is awesome.
It's that voice,
he is the beast. And I think that's like the casting. As much as Fox may have not made the greatest movies when it came to doing X-Men, they casted fucking perfect.
Yep.
Name me a better person that could have played Storm better than Halle Berry at that time.
Can't.
I don't think. No, there's not.
Can't.
Name me another someone who could have played Wolverine better than Hugh Jackman.
Clint Eastwood.
Maybe in like the 70s. But he's too tall. Isn't Clint Eastwood like 6'2"?
So was fucking Hugh Jackman.
So, I guess that is true.
Yeah.
But, like, that is, Kelsey Grammer is, like, awesome.
No, dude, that was probably the best casting.
Also aligns politically with me, let's be honest. He does.
I mean, that's you. I don't give a fuck who aligns politically.
I think it's cool when they do. I have a lot of actors.
Yeah, I share a fucking birthday with Hillary Clinton, so.
Oh.
Yeah, no shit, right?
You.
Yeah, no.
You, sir.
No, like.
Well, you want to know, this is a fun fact about my wife. So, my wife and I, as much as, like, a lot of things about us are intertwined. For example, we got married.
That must be nice.
We got married on Star Wars Day. It fell the year we were looking to get married,
with you.
and it fell on a Saturday, May the 4th. Perfect timing for us to get married.
You didn't plan that?
What?
You didn't plan that?
No, it happened to be the year we were looking to get married, and it fell perfectly. We were going to do any day, but I was like, it falls on this day, so we got to do it. And our first date was Star Wars. My wife's birthday is the same birthday as George Lucas. So a lot of the stuff about Star Wars kind of intertwined into our relationship. So I don't know why I decided to tell you that, but I just thought it was interesting. Just the way things...
That's sweet.
Yeah,
that's
the way things kind of laid out.
You're thinking about your worth.
So like, Down Periscope, I go back to the well on this all the time. It is a movie I watch all the time. The one girl on it's very hot, too. The one dive officer, I cannot think of
the redhead?
No, she's blonde.
Bleh.
Hold on.
I want to say Erica Ladiak, but I know I'm going to be wrong.
You might be right.
And while he's Googling, I'll just sit here and look at the camera menacingly. Maybe turn my head once or twice.
Rip Torn's in this.
I will. I'll point up my Michael Myers.
Lauren Holly.
Okay. Oh, so I said the redhead because that's what she was in Dumb Dumber. It was Jim Carrey's wife.
Yep, you're right.
And she used to be on a show called Picket Fences, which is where she got her start. Check out
Rob Snyder's in this. Bruce Dern. Is he still alive? Okay. Who else is in this? A bunch of guys that are kind of no names, but there are in other things. William H. Macy is in that as well.
Dude, William H. Macy is just fucking amazing. Everything he does.
He's actually so I'm from Maryland, and he went to the same college I went to, Frostburg State University. He went to college there, same place I went to. Harlan Williams, another one of my favorite guys.
I love you some Harlan. Yep.
There's a really funny character named Nitro. He's like, Nitro, great nickname. What's your real name? Nitro. But I am thinking of a great nickname. How's it sound? Mike.
Mike.
But great movie.
So I have no opinion on this one because I've never seen it.
Never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Down Periscope?
It was one of those movies where I was just like, yeah.
You should watch it.
I'll be okay if I don't.
You'll roar and laughter on it. But that's my number 6. What is, so, is that your number? You just did number 6.
No,
right?
I did number 6.
Okay, so it's my number 5 then. Liar, Liar. Now, we're going to get to a slew of Jim Carrey movies.
Here it fucking comes.
He's going to get so upset about this. Jim Carrey, 90s belonged to 3 main comedians. Okay, Jim Carrey,
Adam Sandler,
and Chris Farley. Those are the 3 main ones. There were other ones sprinkled in there. Then 80s really belonged to
we got to put Martin Lawrence in there too, because
I would say Steve Martin as well would probably go in
Steve
there.
Martin was 80s, 90s.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence, I'll give you that.
Blue Streak, Nothing but Trouble, or Nothing to Lose.
There's one more.
Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
So that was in there too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Will Smith had a slew of comedy movies. He was in Made in America.
No, he owned the 90s in a different way. He just was the fucking guy. Like he was the 90s.
You got Independence Day. You got Bad Boys.
Right.
You got
come on, you got this.
Men in Black.
There you go.
Wild Wild West.
Yep.
As much as I don't think that's anyone here
movie. I hate
not
that
his best
people
movie.
hate that movie.
It's just not his best movie.
Yeah, but it's so goddamn amazing.
It's not okay.
Kevin Kline's great. But no, he was the rock of the 90s as far as box office.
But Liar, Liar. Say what you want about Jim Carrey.
No, it's a great movie.
And this is what I was telling him when we were talking about this earlier. Like, he likes a lot of Jim Carrey's serious roles. And this is why I don't like a lot. Like, I like... Wait, you mean 3? 3. Okay. Jim Carrey's ability... He has, like... Robin Williams has an ability. He's actually very good at impressions. I think that's one of his best abilities.
Cocaine helps.
No, I mean, he had that for cocaine. Cocaine just amps it up a notch. But when it comes to Jim Carrey, he is very good at physical comedy. And this and a couple of the movies, and one of the movies isn't even in my top 10, but it's still a very funny movie, Dumb and Dumber. He's very good at that physical comedy. A lot of the stuff, he really develops a character physically through it. This is where we had a discussion maybe a couple days ago. Maybe we were at the bar. Maybe it was on the phone. We were talking about voice work actors. Now, we will talk about the actual topic we were talking about, like best Batman and stuff later. But what I like to make the distinction is making the character for a voice is definitely a skill.
Yes, absolutely.
But when you make the character...
It was about Joker, by the way. It wasn't about Batman.
You build the physical mannerisms for the character. And that's where I think there's a drastic distinction in ability. You can make a voice and be very good at making voices. Okay, there are great voice actors in the world, but if they had to go and act out the character, I don't know if all of them will be able to do that. Jim Carrey, with his mannerisms, will really bring a character to life. Ace Ventura could never be played by anyone else. I'm sorry, no one will ever be able to play Ace Ventura the way Jim Carrey played it.
Thank God for that. I will send you a video later of Mark Hamill doing the Joker in the booth. And his mannerisms.
Okay, cool. Okay. It's a different discussion for another day. However, Jim Carrey, that is one of his abilities. And Liar, Liar is one of those movies that I go back to the well all the time if I'm looking for a good laugh. Plus the blooper reel. If you've ever seen the blooper reel, it's very funny. It just shows how, always on Jim Carrey is when it comes to just having fun on set. Sometimes that annoys people, but if you ever watch, Batman Forever, it annoyed... Tommy Lee Jones, which I gotta say this, as much as they say that he hated working with Jim Carrey, their on-screen chemistry was solid.
It was good. It shows what a good actor he is.
Yeah, it does show.
I would have knocked him the fuck out with a baseball bat the first fucking day.
It would have been very dark, very...
You're not going to talk about the heart in Liar Liar? There's a lot of heart in that movie.
It's a comedy. It does have a lot of heart. You're not wrong, but I think it's built more on the comedy of the character and Jim Carrey himself. Then he makes the character come to life. The fact that he has to with the pen. I had to act out that
the pen.
I had a class in high school. It was a theater class, Theater 2, and I had to actually take a scene and go verbatim with it and act it out. And the amount of practice I had to get that scene down, and apparently he did that in one take. That pen scene was done in one.
I'm not saying he's not talented, dude. He just fucking annoys me.
But so yeah, that's my number. Yeah, my number 5. Love that movie. To you, sir.
Are we at my 5?
Yeah.
My 5 is going to be.
I actually spelled it liar lair.
You did spell it liar lair. My 5 is going to be George of the Jungle.
Great movie.
It's an amazing movie.
Treat. Always go for clothesline.
I was kind of scared of Disney getting a hold of this one. But God, the cast just is amazing. You've got Brendan Fraser.
I love. So here's something I really like about this movie that is not like a lot of other Disney movies. Other than like Deadpool was breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah,
he's like
constantly.
He's talking. He's like, it looks good, and Ursula's money.
Yeah,
pretty darn good.
Constantly,
and
it's just so sweet, and it's so funny, and like you said, the fourth wall stuff, and it was the first time Brendan Fraser really got a chance to shine in anything.
And if you can see Brendan Fraser now compared to then, it's a massive difference.
I've seen. The car accident.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Yeah. He's still just amazing, and they're talking about bringing back the Mummy.
That was like peak.
Yeah.
That was peak Brendan Fraser.
That Mummy.
That Mummy
is peak.
You had a lot of things then. You had Monkey Bone, which that one wasn't great, but that was him at the peak.
It wasn't terrible. That was peak Rose McGowan, by the way.
Blast in the Past.
Love that movie.
Bedazzled or Bedeviled.
Bedeviled.
No,
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
No,
okay.
was it really fucking Bedazzled?
Yeah, I think so. Like she was, yeah.
Okay, well she was the devil, but yeah.
Yeah, it's an old story. I can't remember what it's called. Thomas something story.
Yeah.
You the devil.
It's a fun movie.
Encino Man.
So good.
But you made an Encino Man appearance, and I don't know if you've seen Son-in-Law. Encino Man had a 5-second appearance in that movie, so great. What's another one? That's Brendan Fraser.
I can't say because it's on my list.
Okay, I'll say it then. But
oh wait, it's not. I added it as a goddamn motherfucking honorable mention. Airheads.
Oh yeah, shit. We did say we were going to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was your one, but George of the Jungle, George of the Jungle.
Such a good movie, dude. It's so much. Plus John Cleese. You got fucking. There's nothing bad about that movie. It's just a fun movie. It comes off of a classic series from Rocky and Bullwinkle, and just it improves upon it.
Also, it was ironic. This is what I thought was ironic. It was ironic that Tarzan, which was a TV show, was made into an animated movie.
Right.
And that George of the Jungle, which
was an animated show that was made into a movie.
Right.
So. Yeah, it's just a great movie. Him fighting in the line is probably one of my favorite things in the world. Him with the fucking elbow drop. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, great times. That was your number 5?
That was my number 5.
What's your number 4, sir?
My number 4 is going to be, goddamn my life, Groundhog Day.
Okay.
You know how much I love Bill Murray. It's Harold Ramis, Bill Murray getting together. It actually kind of ruined their friendship, which is really sad. But the end product is great. Amen. It kind of ruined their friendship, but the end product was worth it.
We'll know how they ruined their friendship.
Just, I guess, certain notes that Harold was giving Bill, and you know what an asshole Bill can be, just from shit they've said about him. But he's not easy. He's a difficult person. Yeah, he's a difficult person. He's one of the funniest fucking people in the world. I actually invited him to my wedding. I went through many dark places to find the answering machine that he gets his messages on because he doesn't have an agent. You have to call his phone number, and he goes to an answering machine, and he decides based upon your message and what you say whether or not he wants to do what you ask him as far as movies and whatever. So I found that, and I messaged him, and I invited him to my wedding. He didn't show up, obviously. But,
no.
Yeah.
How dare him?
Just, and you're going to hear this word from me a lot, and I don't know, like, whatever, from a pussy, that's cool. There's just a lot of heart in it. Just, like, the funny shit is hilarious. Like, him trying to kill himself every fucking day, like, driving with the fucking groundhog, and walking in front of the train, and jumping off the tower. All that's hilarious, but the heart in him learning to love and why he's there and all that. It's just...
He never repeats that in a couple movies.
Right. It's just a great movie. It's a great
movie. Okay. So that was your number 4.
That was my number 4.
My number 4, The Mask. So I said, I wasn't lying to. I have rattled off of a couple Jim Carrey movies. The Mask, really, I think Jim Carrey does take advantage of his physical comedy, but not to the degree The Mask does. The Mask, so if you watch The Mask, he has those giant teeth. They were going to CGI those in. He actually wore them for like 6 weeks before they started shooting.
I've seen those dentures in person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he learned how to speak with them in. So I love the commitment to the craft.
I will give him credit.
He commits to the craft. I don't look at another person who tried to portray The Mask, and it was god fucking awful. Like, it was an insult to the role. Jamie Kennedy trying to be The Mask was god awful compared to Jim Carrey. Like, Jim Carrey set a standard that not a lot of people were gonna. I don't know if anyone will ever be able to replicate that.
Yeah,
that's why there hasn't been a Mask movie in years, because Jim Carrey didn't want to do a second one.
Do a sequel.
And when they did the sequel, Son of Mask, it was god awful. The CGI was garbage, so that could be part of it. But I don't think anyone's going to portray that role.
No, Jim Carrey doesn't like to do sequels either.
He does. Well,
he's like Will Smith that way.
Yeah. But for sure, one of the best. No one had a better year than Jim Carrey in 1990. What, 94?
I think it was 94 to 95.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Or Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. That's
I want a goddamn lollipop.
Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and Ace Ventura, all three came out in the same fucking year. And that right there is what shot him up the ranks of being he had a lot of movies he was in, a lot of good movies. He got some villain roles in some things like the Batman Forever, and it really just shot him up. I know you hate him. He hates good things.
If I wanted to see the fucking Joker, I'd watch fucking Batman 89.
I don't think he was. I think he did a really good job as portraying the Riddler.
I think you're fucking wrong. But I will say this: I do love The Mask. I'm not gonna lie to you; it's nowhere on my list. Not
very cartoon. I think the graphics actually hold up pretty well for nowadays.
That is one of the few movies that I actually enjoy Jim Carrey. One of his few comedies. So he kills it. He knocks it out of the fucking park.
So that was my number 4. My number 3 is the third one in this slew of Jim Carrey movies, Ace Ventura. Which I like the second one. I have no problem with the second. Some people don't like the second one. Actually, Jim Carrey himself hated the second one. I just think he didn't want to do the same character again. I think he likes to challenge himself a little bit. However, this movie, fantastic movie. He really brings Ace Ventura. He brings characters to life. Good actors really do take the role, make it their own, give it the mannerisms, the walk he did, the way he swung his head when he walks, how he's like some kind of bird, more or less. He did a lot of things that made this role. You falling asleep over there?
No, I was.
Okay. He really did make that role his. I don't think there's a reason. There's a lot of these movies that we're seeing with certain actors that they could easily take and make sequels to, but it's not as easy to do. They've tried it with a couple of these and they failed miserably. And
George the Jungle 2?
They made one, right?
Totally different person. No, he actually calls it out in the movie. He's like, "Where did George go? They could not afford original George, so they got me."
Okay. Then no. Yeah, exactly. So not as good as Brendan Fraser.
Right.
And good actors create roles that are really easy to replicate. This is why he has an opinion because he saw the Snyder Cut. I saw the Snyder Cut too, but I don't think a lot of people are going to beat the Heath Ledger portrayal of the Joker.
Does not mean he's my favorite Joker. I'm just saying it changed my opinion of what he did in Suicide Squad.
Okay. I'm just saying, it's hard to... when someone does a role so good, it's hard to replicate. That's all I'm saying. You can copy it, but it's not original. And Jim Carrey really took a character and made it original in his... and a lot of the things he's been in. And that's why I think he's one of my favorite actors. I know you hate him.
Yeah, I do. I can't even sugarcoat it and be like, "No, buddy, I don't." No, I do.
All right, you're number 3, sir.
My number 3. God damn it. It is going to be Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Excellent.
Amazing movie. Just so amazing. It was literally like late 80s, like 88, 89, right around there. It was literally the zeitgeist of the time. It touched the pulse. It gave us Keanu Reeves. So now
you said 88, 89.
I want to say 88, 89.
That's not 90.
90, 91. hold thought. We're going to check this real quick. I want to say 91, 92.
I was going to say Bull and Ted.
I'm looking. Bull and Ted. That would be
Excellent
interesting.
Adventure.
Well, that's cool because I can
89, sir.
God damn it. Yay! Cool. All right, so I can change.
What was the second one called?
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. No, I wasn't a fan.
So that one was 91. So
yeah, I wasn't a fan of that one. All right, cool. So we'll cut that.
Okay.
And we will just.
Well, it's staying on here because
now I get to add a movie, which makes me super happy.
Cool. Go ahead.
In and Out.
Okay, one's in, and one's out.
The movie is called In and Out. Okay. It is Kevin Kline, Tom Selleck.
Not to be confused with Inside Out.
No, don't be this asshole from earlier today. It's a really fun movie, dude. It's a teacher who I think Matt Dillon is his student, and he wins an Oscar. It's not an Oscar, but he wins an award. And when he's on stage, he thanks his teacher for showing him it's okay to be who he is because he's gay. And Tom Selleck comes into the town as a reporter, like an Inside Edition type thing, and he's trying to expose him. And it's Joan Cusack is his wife, and he realizes he actually is gay. But it's the fucking journey to get there. Like, there's a scene where he buys a tape and he throws it in to his cassette player. Now, cassettes were these little plastic things that had two reels on each side.
Right, now you're aging yourself.
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck. So he throws this fucking cassette in.
He called you guys young, okay? Young. I talked to him about beta, and I got ripped on it last one.
He throws this cassette in, and it is literally like this narrator on there telling you how to be a man, but they play fucking I Can Survive, or I Will Survive by LaGroria Gaynor. Yeah. And Kevin Kline just does the funniest fucking dance you'll ever see, and dude's like screaming at him the entire time. It's a fun fucking movie, dude. It's so good. It's no Empire Records, but it's a fun movie.
Okay. And your number two?
My number two. Oh, good God. It is absolutely going to fucking be, Suburban Commando. It's Hulk Hogan. It was the apex of his popularity. It's just a fun fucking movie.
We made a mistake before we did this, by the way.
Oh, did I?
We did.
How?
Pick our next topic.
We'll get there. No, we can do it at the end.
Okay.
We do it at the end. No, it's just Hulk Hogan. It's Doc Brown from fucking Back to the Future. The Undertaker's in that sumbitch somewhere. Like, he literally shows up. It's the classic fish out of water story. And he comes from another planet and he falls to Earth. It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's not a good movie. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm not saying it's a great movie. It hits.
You mean it didn't win any Oscars?
No. Believe it or not, the Hulkster hasn't run wild on the Oscars yet, brother.
Brother.
Yeah, but it gave Doug from the Nostalgia Critic literally cream rise to the top. Yeah, it always rises to the top. Yeah. See, here's what I loved about Savage. I'm gonna go on a tangent for a second, right? Here's what I loved about Randy Savage during his interviews. Like, he would come out and just say the most nonsensical shit in the world, coked out of his fucking mind. And he'd pull off the glasses, yeah, and he'd pull off glasses, he'd pull it off. He'd look at the camera, yeah, and he's like, a little bit. And he'd bring the hand back up, find the fucking glasses, and they're already gone. So he would substitute by either doing some shit like this, or just go like this. And he pulled it off every fucking time. So you would watch Savage during an interview. He'd be like, yeah, he was here for a cup of coffee. Just here for a cup of coffee. Wasn't here very long. No, not at all. No, not at all. And he'd pull the fucking glasses off. And he'd pull them off and he'd go back. And if you don't understand what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
You
do a great Macho Man.
That went full on off topic. It's just a fun movie.
If you like Randy Macho,
Hulk Hogan,
you would like.
I can't do a Hogan.
Spider-Man movie. What?
Boom! Bonesaw's here.
Okay, so
I got you for 2 minutes.
you're gonna have a heart attack.
It ain't happened yet. It ain't gonna happen now.
Oh man, that's hard to do all the time, huh?
Oh, that hurts, bro.
Yeah, it's hard to do all the
Not
time.
as much. No, Jesus Christ. Not as much as the Austin voice, but it hurts.
Okay.
No, there's no.
Okay, so you're number 1.
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood.
Yep. Just such a good fucking movie. I hate Tim Burton. That is not a secret for anybody who knows me.
I don't like Tim Burton either.
I have
He has,
never.
like, 1 or 2
Yeah.
redeeming movies.
Yeah. I have never made it all the way through.
I've never actually seen Ed Wood.
You've never seen Ed Wood?
No.
Great movie. It's so great. I'm about to talk about it.
Okay. Go talk about it. Gotta center myself on the camera here.
I've never been a fan of
Lights come through. Damn it.
Nightmare Before Christmas. I've never been a fan of Sleepy Hollow. I know. A lot of people love that movie.
I love that movie.
I know. See?
I'm one of the ones that love it.
Never been a fan of Edward Scissorhands. I've never finished
Never
that
liked it.
movie. Every time I try to watch it, I fall asleep.
Which one do I like? Shit. He's the barber.
Oh, fucking Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, yes.
Yeah, great movie.
Like that one.
Yeah, great movie.
I like. Hey, we gotta say he does do 2 movies really good. Batman Returns.
No, we don't.
I think he did a good job.
No, we don't.
Okay,
We don't have to say that.
I will.
I would take Returns over Batman any day of the week, but
I think Returns over Batman is better anyway.
He's a bigger murderer in that one.
Yeah,
kills a lot of people in that second
he
one.
doesn't have a coat.
I love Big Fish.
Me too.
Great fucking movie.
But
I
thought we were talking about a movie. Okay.
Ed Wood, just the care and the sensitivity and the love he gives to him, and how he makes him the hero and shows the journey he went through and everything he had to do to become who he was. It's a great fucking movie, dude. Martin Landau as Lugosi's incredible. Bill Murray is in it.
That's the one with Ian McGregor, right?
No. I know what you're thinking, but no.
Obi-Wan.
Ewan is not in the movie now.
Big Fish?
Big Fish, yeah. I thought you were talking
I
about
said
Ed
Big
Wood.
Fish.
Yeah, no, yeah. He goes and yeah, that is some heart wrenching shit. By the way, like that's a hard movie to watch. I have my reasons, but
All right,
yeah,
so
no, Ed Wood's
you didn't
absolutely.
have any of my top 2 on your
I
list.
know, dude.
But
I
you did
didn't have,
say you were going to
I have a shit ton of honorable mentions.
So, all right.
So many.
So I have my top 2. My top 2 is, first one is Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Mm-hmm.
I am a huge Mel Brooks fan. I've watched every one of his movies. I've been trying for years to find. So apparently the movie Robin Hood Men in Tights is based on a movie. It's a Robin Hood satire TV show about like Rottingwood or Rottingham or something like that. And this movie, Dave Chappelle's in it, awesome. Carrie Ellis, not awesome. What's the actor that just died that plays Prince John? He had the mole.
I know who you're talking
Richard.
about. Richard. Continue. I'll get there. Continue.
Or something Richards.
We'll get there. No, we'll get there. Richard Lewis.
That's it. Yep.
That's what I do.
He's in it, and the girl in that movie, I don't know her name, but she is a smoke show.
She is. I think she's.
Smoke
I will be back. She is with Tom Cruise. Not Tom Cruise. Tom Selleck.
Oh my God! You went through all those?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
that's called skill, sir. Would you like to take a shot of that? You can.
I like. Yeah. So I love Mel Brooks movies. If we did like an '80s comedy movie, you're going to see a lot of Mel Brooks. Spaceballs. So many good movies came out of that, and some obscure movies that people have not seen. I just absolutely adore. Have you ever seen Much to Do or To Be or Not to Be?
Great movie.
Great fucking movie. Yep. God damn, that movie's so fucking good. I laugh every
easy. Jesus
time.
Christ, don't be angry.
I'm not angry. I'm so
happy movie.
It's good. I'm happy. I love it.
Holy shit! You're like, God damn motherfucker. This
good. Okay. So many great movies by Mel Brooks, and this to me is like one of my introduction to Mel Brooks was this movie.
Really?
I came out like the early 90s. We rented it. I was like 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old, and this movie just had me rolling in laughter. I thought it was really fun. I actually liked Robin Hood. I was a big Robin Hood fan back then because the Kevin Costner one was out, and they make fun of it a lot. I know you hate it. And I actually seen the other one that came out that bombed compared to the Kevin Costner one. Then there's one that my dad had that was recorded that had Sean Connery in it.
And Errol Flynn?
Yeah. So, big Robin Hood fan, and obviously Robin Hood, the animated movie with Fox. So, had all those.
Robin Hood.
Was a big fan of Robin Hood. And then you get this comedy. It's so like lighthearted. It's so fun. And I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. And to this day, I can watch that movie so much. And this was one of those other movies that if me and my friend were having like a sleepover, my neighbor, if Night at the Roxbury was available to rent, we had a fallback, which was this one.
Great movie.
And as I've grown older, I've grown to not like Night at the Roxbury nearly as much as I like Robin Hood Men in Tights. Your thoughts on it?
I loved it. I think it's one of the last good movies he had, if we're being honest about it.
Of the high caliber like that in Spaceballs, yes. Yeah. I still think Life Stinks and
Dracula. I love this. Life Stinks is a great movie. I hate Dracula Dead.
I'm okay with it. I have no problem with it. It's funny. It's satire.
It's not funny though.
Satire.
I didn't.
There's a lot of good satire. It's so funny.
And I love Leslie Nielsen.
I love Leslie Nielsen too.
I've loved him since Creepshow, where he played a fucking serious role.
What's his name in that? We were just talking. No, never mind. Different actor. No, never mind. He's not in it.
Okay.
I think it's someone else. And my number one, basketball. Basketball is, to me,
Mad Bros.
One of the...
Mad fucking bros.
That movie is so goddamn funny. This movie has... I love, like, out there ideas that are just put on... First off, you don't know this. It's the guys that made South Park. It's Trey Stone and Matt Parker. Okay? Matt Parker?
Matt Century.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's a combination of those.
Yep. It could be Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
I don't care. They star in it too.
Yeah, they do.
And it is just roaring laughter from the get-go. I've showed a couple coworkers just the intro where they talk about like how sports have degraded over the years, and they did interleague sports, and like they started recruiting from mental institutions, prisons, and Texas. And it's so many little jokes like that.
And there are so many good running jokes in it. Like
in
every time they show Jenny McCarthy, she's doing something different. Like
it looks
sexually.
Like she's doing something sexual. Here, I got the chrome off the knob for you.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm laid the carpet. I have 3 more rooms I gotta do. I buffed your lobby.
Or like dude's giant fucking dick, which is always like covered by a towel. Or it's a fun. Robert Stackhouse is fucking amazing in it.
Victoria Solstead, Playmate of the Year, is in this movie. So that's also another.
Don't look at her these days.
What? No, but back then, she's the hottest woman in the world, dude. Yep. Who?
McCarthy was hotter. Yasmin fucking Bleeth is in that movie.
Yeah, she's hot too.
Yeah, it's a fun fucking movie.
If you've never seen it, you need to go watch it.
You actually get to see 3 of the fucking people from South Park. You get to see Matt, Trey, and you get to see fucking Butters.
Isn't that the little
Squeak?
guy?
Yeah.
Squeak,
yeah, Squeak.
It also has. It's not Rip Torn. I can't remember his name, but it's the
other Rip.
Yeah, the other old guys and everything. Mikhail. He played Mikhail from Mikhail's Navy back in the show.
And he was also in the wheelchair in Dodgeball.
No, that is not him. You're thinking of Rip Torn. This is not Rip Torn. I cannot think of his name right now.
No bite, dickhead.
Hold on.
No bite.
Basketball.
You nibble.
It's a basketball.
Nibble. See, now you don't want to.
Yeah, him. Not him. Oh.
Why the fuck are we really doing this on the fucking show, by the way?
Yeah, right there.
I forgot how it was in it.
Ernest, what's it called?
Oh, Ernest Borgnine. Yeah, he's amazing. You remember that one time when we were in Tijuana?
And you got the crabs?
Yeah.
And I found this lotion.
Yeah, he's incredible.
It's amazing.
Yep, that's a good time.
You getting all this? But, love
that's getting cut.
Love that movie. What?
That whole fucking 5 minutes.
That was not 5 minutes. That was me 30 seconds of looking that up.
Would you want to watch it?
Maybe.
Really?
Know that this is authentic.
Here, how's this for authentic? How's that? Fuck you, Ross. How's that? How's that for fucking authentic?
Oh God, you realize that Ross can never watch this. And
Oh no, we're gonna lose one not fan.
was the one I was getting at, but I'll talk about it later. But that is our top 10 comedies of the 90s.
Fuck you, Joey.
We're going to take
fuck you, Chandler.
We're at an hour and 25 minutes, and we do not want this to go 2 hours. So we're going to quickly go over. I'm going to rattle one off. He's going to rattle one off. Go back and forth.
Fuck me. All right,
with some
fine.
honorable
Let's
mentions.
go.
Okay. You can go rattle one off.
Waterboy.
Waterboy. That's on my list as well. Wedding Singer.
Quick change.
Austin Powers.
Wayne's World.
Happy Gilmore.
Clerks.
American Pie.
Demon Knight.
Almost Heroes.
Mixed Nuts.
There's a bunch of other ones, man.
It's just going to keep going.
We don't want to be here all day, but this was very hard to do because you also have a bunch of kids movies, like for example, like Little Giants. There's one for me, Sandlot.
Okay, fuck you. You are not taking this away from me. I love you, Nick Castle. Major Pain.
Major Pain's a good one. Yeah, I don't want to take that away from you either. Sorry, I apologize. Sergeant Bilko is another one.
Empire Records.
Empire. I've never seen it.
I know, and that hurts me.
It hurts you.
Yep.
Sorry. Where did the internet hurt you today?
I don't know, dude. All right, so fuck you, Ross. Fuck you, Chandler. Fuck you, Joey. Fuck you. I can't think of the other cast members' names. There's Phoebe. Fuck you, Phoebe.
Okay. Jennifer.
No, what was her actual name on the show? Ross and
Rachel.
Ross and Rachel. Fuck her. And
Courtney Cox's character.
yeah, her. Monica.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Monica. There. I went through the whole Friends cast. We did a 90s list, so I had to tell them all to go fuck themselves. Because fuck you and your yuppie asses living in a goddamn apartment in fucking Manhattan for less than $500 fucking
This is what I deal with. He just goes on. He was like, I
fuck
really hate this
every
show.
one of you. Except for the monkey. I love the monkey.
Marcel. What about Gunther? He's dead now.
I actually like Gunther. Because Gunther didn't put up their bullshit either. And he had a crush on Jennifer Aniston, which, let's face it, we all have.
Yeah, we all have a crush on Jennifer Aniston. So what do you want our next topic to be for our next podcast?
Oh, shit, dude.
Fudge. We just did comedies.
We did.
I
kind of want to go horror. Can we go horror? Can we please go horror?
Oh, let's narrow it down.
Let's do top 90s horror movies.
Do top 2000s.
2000 sucked for horror.
I want to hear you say good things about bad movies.
Yay, can't wait to talk about fucking Halloween Resurrection. That's going to be such a good time for me.
It doesn't have to be on your list.
Woohoo!
But it has to be in the 2000, 2000 to 2009. Once it's 2010,
like all.
Do what?
I don't like you at
You can
all.
pick something. You can pick something else.
Fucker, if we're doing
we
2000s.
got to narrow it down. We got to get very specific, or else we get an hour and 25-minute podcast.
Let's do. Oh, buddy. Shit. Let's do that. That'll be fun.
Want to do that? 2000s horror movies.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We'll save that because you can wax poetic.
I can't wait for those PG-13 fucking pieces of shit.
We can save that for when we get to around Halloween. And you can talk about your real favorite.
Oh no!
movies.
See, then we're going with good horror movies. We're just going top 10 all time, and we're going to do it from my room, which you have not seen yet.
Yeah. If you don't know, we are not roommates. I have a wife, 2 kids, and 2 cats. I have my own house. This is my house. This is my nerdium. And
you have not yet seen my nerdium. It is a very special place.
No, I wouldn't say it's a nerdium either. It's more of a Michael Myers museum.
Yeah, basically, kind of. Yeah.
Michael Myers museum. So
you know what? Fuck it. Let's. You want to go hard?
Well, we have mine.
Do you feel like going hard?
Spit it out.
Let's do top 90s action movies.
Top 90s action movies.
Yeah. But here's the rule.
It's very broad.
It is very broad, but here's the rule. You can only have one of every movie from each person. So you can only have one.
I got it. This will be so good.
Okay.
But it's so much easier.
Is it going to piss me off?
No. You have to pick an action movie, one from each year of the 90s.
Okay.
So you got to pick a 90s.
We got the site to do it. Yeah, we got the fucking site to do it. All right.
You can only pick one.
All right.
Okay.
How much Stallone and fucking Schwarzenegger are we allowed to have?
You can have as much as you want, as long as it says action.
Cool.
The rule is, if I Google this, it has to say action next to it on Google.
We're both going to look at it.
Yeah. So I think that will be a great one to do. So that'll be our next one. Be 90s action movies.
I am so fucking down with that. Demolition Man will be number one. Spoiler.
It's not number one. You're just ranking them.
It will be number one.
We're going in order of the year, so you're not ranking them. You're just picking the best one from that year.
Oh, goddamn. Okay, yeah, that's going to suck.
No, it's not.
No, it's going to
So
suck.
you can tell which one you think's the best, but you gotta pick the best one from that year. You get one a year.
I got to put up a Judge Dredd in that bullshit.
Hey, no. There are other movies. There are other movies in the 90s other than Stallone. There's Arnold.
Fucking Demolition.
You got Mel Gibson. There's a lot of great
Daylight,
movies. I
Cliffhanger.
think there's a really good Mel Gibson movie that came out the same year as
Payback?
Demolition.
I think Payback did. No, Payback didn't come out in 93.
No.
There's no way in hell. Oh, fuck you. I know what you're thinking.
All right.
Freedom.
But that's our podcast. We want to thank you all for tuning in. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us down below, and also make sure you're commenting. It helps YouTube algorithm. We will be having a TikTok channel. It might already be out. We are filming this.
We will. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
I'm also going to do some shorts or like little jokes. Be prepared. There's going to be an outtake podcast. We did one podcast, but we did it on my laptop, and the video quality was just absolutely atrocious. But there's a lot of good stuff in there. We have really big arguments on some things because the top 10 list on that one was sequels, which we have a huge discretion on what we consider. Don't go into it. It's on the podcast. They can watch it.
Pisses me off to this
day. And we'll also have an outtakes one.
To this fucking day, it pisses me off.
It pisses you off.
It does. It's because your fucking definition is bullshit. Well, your definition is bullshit.
Would you rather get pissed off?
No, I would rather be pissed on.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, you would?
Yeah, I would.
You go in the shower.
I'm into it.
You go in the shower alone.
Maybe a Cleveland steamer.
All right, well, now
possibly
you're talking
a rusty
about
trombone.
You're talking about something else.
Yeah,
A purple sock.
What the fuck's a purple sock?
I'm going
No, you cannot know.
Urban Dictionary and look it up.
No, I'd rather not.
That's
Blue
the end of our
waffle.
podcast. Everyone have a good one. See ya.